Hi Sunshine Gang, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Sunshine and thank you for joining the gang. If you have subscribed, thank you for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, please do hit the subscribe button. This is a video slash giveaway. I am going to do a giveaway at the end of this video, so you might as well want to watch the whole video so that you can be able to get to the giveaway at the end of this. Please do leave a comment down below if you feel like this content is something that has helped you in one way or another, and also just tell me like what helps you to be the better Proverbs 31 woman. So the first thing we're going to talk about is, oh, by the way, if I keep on looking down, it's because I scribbled some notes. My handwriting is horrible, I know. I scribbled some notes on my notebook. So the first one is, she is faithful and she loves Jesus with all her heart. The foundation of being a Proverbs 31 is having faith in God and having that relationship with God, because when you have that relationship with God, you find that most of the things, like, you have a better understanding and a broader understanding of things that happen in your life. Like, for example, when you're going through trials and tribulations and you have a strong relationship with God, you will not be in a position to ask, why me? You will know how to overcome your trials and tribulations. You know what I'm saying? You will know the things like that. So that's the first character. And her faith is reflected in her character and daily life. Like, if you say you have a relationship with God and you're faithful with God, all those things, your faith, as I said earlier on, if you have trials and tribulations, you will know how to overcome them, because your faith is going to be reflected in your actions. It's going to be reflected in the way you speak, the way you carry yourself, the way you do your things. And that is how we know, and that is the first virtue of being a Proverbs 31 woman. The second one, this one, I feel like it's a misconception that a lot of people have. Okay, and if I am wrong, I stand to be corrected, but I feel like it's a misconception that a lot of people have. The second one is marriage, right? A Proverbs 31 woman, or a virtuous woman, as it is said in the Bible, is a faithful bride. Now, here's where we misunderstand things. I feel like most of us feel and believe that a Proverbs 31 woman is married, but in actual fact, a Proverbs 31 woman isn't a being. These are characteristics. She's a virtuous, she's a virtue, is it virtue? She's a virtue. Okay, I'm gonna insert the word in, but English is not my mother language, so so the Proverbs 31 woman is a virtuous woman, okay? And when we talk about marriage, when King Solomon was telling, when King Solomon's mom was telling him, I stand to be corrected, when King Solomon's mom was telling him about the Proverbs 31 woman, he was talking to him about characteristics. You understand? He was telling him, when you go out and look for a wife, look for a woman with these characters. So the Proverbs 31 woman is not a woman. The Proverbs 31 women are characteristics that can be embedded in each and every one of us women, be it you're single, be it you're married, be it you're a divorcee, or whatever the case may be. So, and even though as Christians we're the bride of Christ, so you are married and you need to be faithful. You need to be a faithful bride. When we're talking about a faithful bride, it's almost similar as the first one, because the first one says she is faithful and she loves Jesus with all her heart. And then the second one, it talks about marriage. And when you're in marriage, she is faithful. This Proverbs 31 woman is a woman who is faithful. She sticks to one partner. So even when it comes to us who are single, let's say, the Bible says you are the bride of Christ. And as the bride of Christ, you have to be faithful to him. And not only that, let's say, for example, you're in a relationship, you're in a courtship, because obviously there's no way something will result into marriage before any form of relationship whatsoever. When we talk about the marriage part, for us, the modern day woman, let's say women, people who are not married, or people who have been divorced, or us who are courting and getting ready to get married, you have to be faithful. That is one of the virtues of a virtuous woman. That is one of the virtues of a Proverbs 31 woman. She is faithful. So even if you're in a relationship, as I said, even if you're courting, or you and your hubby are planning to get married, you need to be faithful. And then the third one is motherhood. She is a loving mother and her children will call her blessed. Now, I personally am a mother, but I'm not married. So what it means is I have to be loving towards my children. And for you who's not yet a mother, you have your siblings. You know, sometimes the word mother doesn't really mean like you birthed somebody biologically, but it also means that somebody who you can care for and nurture for. And you find that most of you guys have siblings, you know, and maybe most of you guys hate your siblings, you cannot provide for your siblings, you look down on your siblings. And the $1,000,000 question is, how are you going to fulfill these characteristics of a Proverbs 31 woman if you can't take care of your little sister? How are you going to be a Proverbs 31 woman if you cannot? How are you going to be a mother, a loving mother to your children, if you cannot be a loving mother to your own siblings? Because you know, sometimes mothering comes in different ways. What if you get married to a man who has children? How will you love those children if you cannot love your own siblings? You know, when it comes to the whole mothering aspect, you don't necessarily need to wait for you to have kids to be mothering. You need to start with your siblings, start with people around you, with young people around you. You'd find that there are people who we call ourselves Christians, yet we have orphans in our place. We have orphans in our houses, and we don't take care of these people. How do you expect to be a good mom to your children if you cannot love and nurture somebody else's child? You know what I'm saying? And then the fourth one is health. Okay, as Christians, we're instructed to take care of our health. When I'm talking about our health, I'm talking about our body. You know, it's so funny how we as Christians, we ignore everything else apart from the word of God. You need to know that the body, soul, and mind are one. And for the mind and the soul to be healthy, the body has to be healthy too. You understand? For you to carry out all the 10 characteristics of a Proverbs 31 woman, you need to be healthy. So you need to eat right, you need to drink right, you need to eat right, you need to drink a lot of water, you need to exercise when you can. And I'm still going to put out this disclaimer. Guys, I'm not saying I'm this Proverbs 31 woman, but this is some reading that I have been doing, and this is something that I'm working towards. So if you don't see me eating right, don't come at me, okay? I'm also trying. I'm human. I'm trying just like everybody else. And then the fifth one is service. A virtuous woman serves others with a cheerful spirit. She is willing. She's a willing helper, you know, and she's thoughtful towards others. She reaches out to those around her while maintaining her priorities. She opens arms, like Proverbs 31 verse 20 says, she opens her arms to poor and extends her hands to the needy. Guys, as a Proverbs 31 woman, you need to like be at service of the others. You need to be charitable. You know what I'm saying? You need to be able to have empathy on others. You need to be able to be giving. You need to be able to be somebody who can like literally reach out to others, you know. And when it comes to this one, the one for service, like I really have a problem with it. You know, sometimes let's say if I have to help somebody, I don't have a problem, but then when I have to help somebody time and again, or I have to help somebody for the longest period of time, like I always complain. And I feel like that is something that I should actually work on. So even you, if you're working towards being a Proverbs 31 woman, you need to be a person of good service. You need to be charitable. You know, sometimes charity is the slightest thing. And let me even actually tell you something about charity. Charity begins at home, okay? Don't say you're a Proverbs 31 woman where you help us, your friends, but you cannot help your family. You're not being charitable, you know? And even when you give or you're being charitable, it doesn't need to be known by the world, you know? And when it comes to giving, it doesn't necessarily mean material, or it doesn't mean money. Sometimes you can give your time. Sometimes you can give your ear, you know. Be there for somebody to talk to and listen to. Sometimes you can give advice. So giving comes in so many ways, and it doesn't only come in the form of money or the form of donating clothes. Sometimes even your time, that is giving. Those are acts of service, because they're different acts of service. I'm probably gonna try and insert them in the video, but I've forgotten them. But they're different acts of service, you know. And you can either use one or another to be able to help somebody. It doesn't necessarily mean like when it talks about service you need to give somebody something. Sometimes it's even like in your area, let's say if they're old people, you cook for those people and you give them food, something that you know will put a smile on somebody else's mouth. You know, you need to do that. Next one is finances. This one I really have a problem with it. Why? Because I'm a shopaholic. Well, I wouldn't say I'm really a shopaholic because I don't have that much money to be spending on shopping sprees, but I feel like if I did, I would be in Dubai every weekend. But anyway, finances. So the Proverbs 31 woman is careful with her finances and she spends money wisely. She helps provide an income with her own business. So this doesn't only talk about finances, it also talks about her lending her husband a helping hand, or her lending, or her giving a helping hand. When it comes to a Proverbs 31 woman, this lady knows how to use her finances. This lady knows when to dip your finger in the savings account and when not to. This lady is not only, and she's not buying, and when she's buying things that actually help her household. She's not just buying shoes, she's not buying clothes, she's not doing her hair, she's actually buying things that will help her household. And even through her savings, she's even able to help her husband or whoever it is she is with. Even if I talk out of context of marriage, when I talk about finances, sometimes you'd find that we're not married and we stay in our parents. So as a Proverbs 31 woman, you should also be able to help with your income at home. Like if you people are in China and you're watching from China, maybe let's say if you're like me, in the next year you're going to graduate and then you're going to look for a job, and then you will still be staying with your parents or maybe staying alone. But even if you're staying with your parents, as a Proverbs 31 woman, reach out in your finances and help. When it comes to finances, also tithe. Give your tithes and offering. Give to God what is for God and give to Caesar what is for Caesar. So be able to manage your offerings properly. When it comes to pledges at church, if you can, give it out. You know what I'm saying? In the household, if you stay with your mom, you can help your mom with this, you can help your mom with that. If you have a little sister, you can help your mom with this, you can help your mom with that. I remember there was this actually this other time. Well, for me, when it comes to finances, I'm not really consistent. As I told you, when I have a source of finance, when I have a source of income that I know is steady, is stable, I'm not really the one to save. But when I don't have, I know. I remember when I went back home and I was pregnant and I was doing a little business. I had my daughter and I had my sister. No matter how little the money I had, I would help my mom or my sister. It's either, if my mom never needed anything, I'd make sure that I give my sister either transport money or money to eat at school, or this or that or that. In a way or another, that actually helps you practice to be a Proverbs 31 woman. Because if you do not practice, I feel like if you don't practice these virtues now, it's going to be hard to start when you're married. You know what I'm saying? Because it's something that you're not used to. So make these 10 virtues your, how do you call it, you make it a habit. When it's a habit, the time you get married and you are the actual Proverbs 31 woman, then you're good and sorted. She is industrious and works with willing hands. She does not eat bread of idleness. She stays busy living out God's purpose for her life each day. She isn't lazy. She doesn't gamble over a task at hand. So, the saying, an idle mind is an evil mind. So this Proverbs 31 woman, she always has something to do in her mind. It also says she's living out of God's purpose for her life. Sometimes it may be different. God's purpose for our lives are different. Some of you guys are meant to sing. Some of you guys are meant to act. Some of you guys are meant to speak. Some of you guys are meant to write. Whatever it is that God has called you to do. The Proverbs 31 woman, she is a bold woman. She lives out of her purpose. She's not scared to follow her dreams. This is a woman who lives with her purpose of God, the purpose that God has given her. And this is the thing about her. It's either she's taking care of her household, she's helping other people, she's taking care of herself, or living God's purpose. When we talk about God's purpose for her life, God has different purposes for each and everybody's life. He has given you talents. As a Proverbs 31 woman, use your talents, use them to your advantage, so that you know that the time when you're not doing anything, if you're a working person, like let's say if you work or you study, I'm gonna say me for example, I study and I love talking. So there's time that I put aside for my classes and studying, and there's time that I put aside for pursuing my dreams, pursuing what I feel like is God's purpose for my life. And I feel like if you do that, you will be the happiest. You will be the happiest ever, you know. And even while working, this woman, she does not grumble as she's working. You know, she does not work and say, you know, I'm tired. She does not, let's say, for example, if it's her purpose, if she's an upcoming talent, she will push forward with her talent until she gets there. You know, she does not do her talent, and when she sees she's not getting results, she mumbles over it. No. If she's not getting results, she goes on her knees, asks for strength, and pushes forward, because she's a Proverbs 31 woman, and she is bold like that. You know what I'm saying? I know, right? You guys are loving their lesson, right? I hope you guys are actually enjoying it. Homemaking. Now, the Proverbs 31 is a good homemaker. We are told she looks well to the ways of her household. Now, this does not mean she does everything by herself, because there's also a verse that says she makes sure her children, her family, and her servants are fed. So the Proverbs 31 woman she's not a slave. She's not a slave to her house. She has people who help her, you understand, but she's the manager of her house. It says, now here, let's take the husband out of the picture. Let's talk about us who are students who are not married, because I feel like I cannot speak about marriage when I'm not married. That when I'm not married, that wouldn't make sense. Let's talk about now. I am practicing to be this Proverbs 31 woman, or I am playing out the roles of a Proverbs 31 woman in my family. And my home, it's my mom, my sister, and my daughter. So basically we're like 3.5. We're 3.5. My mom, my sister, and my daughter. My mom is the head of the house, right? And then it's me, the manager. Now, as a Proverbs 31 woman, it doesn't mean that I'm a slave to my mom, my sister, and my daughter. It means that when my mom is not there, I help. I call command. And even when I call command, I call it in such a way that I am wise about it. I call command in such a way that even my sister respects me. She's not a slave to me. She's just a helper. Just the same as a woman is not a slave to her husband, but is her helper. So as a Proverbs 31 woman, we are called to manage. You manage your household. You make sure everything is at peace. You're a homemaker. You make sure when visitors enter, they feel welcomed in your environment. That's the kind of person you are. You make the house to be a home. You know, there's a difference between a house and a home. As a Proverbs 31 woman, you make the house to be a home. If it is in your dormitory at B5, girl, you make the dormitory to be at home, so that when somebody visits you, they do feel at home. You understand? If you're a woman who is a single mom and you're working and you have a maid, you manage your home. You're not a slave to your child or your maid. You're not a slave to anything, but you manage it, and there's peace in that house. There's tranquility in that house. And even everybody who steps in that house can feel the vibes that this woman who runs this household is a Proverbs 31 woman. Number 9 is time. I am very horrible at time. But anyway, she spends her time doing what needs to be done. She does not waste time on activities that would distract from the well-being of her family or her faith. So with this verse, we see that with this part, the time part, we see that the priority is God, and then there's faith. So as a Proverbs 31 woman, you need to manage your time properly. Know that there is time to do assignments. You know, I am still actually one of the people who procrastinate. If I've been given an assignment 3 weeks ago, I will hand it in a day before, and that is wrong. You know what I'm saying? If at all I'm trying to have these 10 virtues and 10 characteristics in me, if I wait until a day before, then I'm wrong. Manage your time properly. As a Proverbs 31 woman, manage your time properly. Organize your time. When you wake up, have a plan. During the holidays, I'm the horrible. When it comes to time, I'm the worst. During the holidays, I'm the worst when it comes to time keeping or time management, because most of my time I spend it sleeping. Now, when I talk about managing your time, you know that 1, you have to study. 2, you have to either go to church, or 3, you have to either practice for your talent, or you have to do your laundry, or you have to do that. Manage your time wisely, because if you manage your time wisely, there is no activity that will take up another activity's time. That is how you get productive in life. If you tell yourself 10 o'clock I have to be at church, be at church at 10. If you tell yourself that 1 o'clock I want to do my laundry so that 2 o'clock I can do my vlog, then 1 o'clock make sure you do your laundry, or else if you don't do it at 1 and you decide to do your laundry at 2, that means you have to move your vlog to 3, and at 3 you already have something. That means there's something within your plan, or there's something within your day that you're going to have to cut off, or there's something that you're not going to give enough time, and that will only make you a bit it will make you feel some type of way. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't really think of words, but always make sure you manage your time. Organize. If you need to do a schedule, organize. And I'm really horrible at it, but I'm actually trying to work on having a schedule for every single thing that I do. I feel like it's better for me, because like, the one thing that I hate is sleeping late. Now the thing is, let's say on school days I know by 10 I have to be asleep, because it's either I have a class at 8, and if I'm asleep at 10, it means at 6 I have to be up, and I have to make sure I have enough sleep. Now if I don't manage my time wisely, I'm going to end up sleeping at midnight. If I end up sleeping at midnight, from midnight to 6 o'clock is 6 hours. You're not supposed to sleep 6 hours. You're supposed to sleep for 8 hours. That means probably when you wake up you're grumpy and you cannot do whatever it is that you plan to do for that day. And then the last one is beauty. The Proverbs 31 woman is well dressed, and she provides a pleasant and inviting home for her family. Now when we talk about beauty, Proverbs 31 does say we should not be charmed by beauty. Beauty is not everything and stuff like that. But then again, just because Proverbs 31 says that you shouldn't take care of your beauty, it doesn't mean that you should let yourself go. There's this thing that people a long time ago used to say about church people, and they were like, church people let themselves go, that no, you need to look beautiful. You need to bathe, you need to do your hair, you need to make sure you're dressed to the O's. Even if you're a Proverbs 31 woman, even if you do not like makeup, don't put on makeup, but please be presentable, because for a man to be attracted to you as a Proverbs 31 woman, there has to be some physical attraction, and trust me, even if you have all these virtues, all these 9 virtues that I talked about, but you are a little bit rough around the edges and you do not really take care of yourself on the outside, it's going to be hard for somebody to come to you. So make sure you take care of yourself, take care of your body. The way you take care of your family as a Proverbs 31 woman, take care of yourself. It is very hard I've had friends of mine who are married and be like, it's hard to maintain the kids, it's hard to maintain the household, my husband and myself, but the Proverbs 31 woman did it. And you call yourself a Proverbs 31 woman, so that means you can do it. The Bible says I can do everything through Christ who strengthens me. If a woman can have 10 children and still look good, what about of you who has 1 child? You can still do it. So guys, this was the end of my video. I hope you guys understood, and I hope you guys learned a thing or two. And now straight to the giveaway. So the giveaway is nothing really, I'm not going to make it like really difficult, but let me actually show you the items. This bag from Tinaj Kifungo Designs, you guys can see it. I'm giving away this bag. It's just a normal clutch bag. It still has her label here. I don't know if you guys can see that, Tinaj Kifungo. And inside it's just like a really nice bag. It has a rope. You can actually either use it as a clutch bag or a sling bag, and it even has her business card inside. Tinaj Kifungo Designs, as you guys can see. The packaging is beautiful. I love black. I personally love black, and I feel like this packaging is beautiful. So this is the first item of giveaway that I'm doing, and then the second item is this. these are pajamas that I bought, and for the pajamas you have to be a size small. These are pajamas that I bought, and they brought 2 of them, and yeah. So these are nice, cute little summer pajamas. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you guys can see, but yeah, that's the top, and these are the bottoms. So anyway, and I'm going to do this. I'm going to give this. That means this giveaway is only for 2 people, because I cannot give one person everything. So all you have to do is actually tell me why you love my channel and how has it helped you, you know. And then one of these will be yours, and I will definitely announce the winners in my next video. So yeah, you know, I'll be waiting for your comments. I'll be reading all your comments, and it also would be nice if you actually mentioned what you learned about this video, but that is not a must, but that's just for me. So anyway guys, until next time, please do not forget to like, share and comment. And please do subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Do subscribe, please. And if you're a new subscriber, thank you for joining me, and I hope you enjoyed this session. Okay. Until next time guys, bye.